Tina, I was reviewing our personnel policies right between the no flip-flop rule and the 47-step PTO process, and I can't find anything about using AI to liven up our employee performance reviews. Am I allowed to outsource charisma, or do I need to run that by legal?
Hi, Carrie. Yeah, we did distribute a new policy on that a few months ago. It's on our intranet.
Great job, Carrie. Getting out looking for a policy on AI before completing your employee reviews.
Oh yeah, I definitely asked about that before I completed half of my reviews.
So last July, VRSA launched a goal campaign taking a simple adage that the trucking industry uses, get out and look, and applying it to any situation where members can be proactive in identifying risks to prevent and reduce losses. We focused this campaign on 6 key areas: automobile, buildings, job sites, facilities, equipment, and documents. Today, we'll bring in our professional staff to talk more about how you can apply GOAL to those 6 areas.
Always get out and look for updated policies and procedures before you start on an employment action, and make sure that staff are held accountable for following them as well. Make sure you're documenting all required training that your staff take. The written programs are documented and current, and consider conducting an HR audit each year to see if there are any areas of your HR processes that may expose you to employment liability.
It's also critical to make sure your entity's attorney is reviewing all contracts prior to signing them.
And that safety data sheets are updated and accessible to all employees exposed to chemicals. Speaking of safety data sheets, they are most often located in facilities.
Get out and look at your chemical storage to ensure that there's proper labeling and safety warnings are posted.
Playgrounds get a lot of wear and tear. It's important to get out and play, get out and look, to inspect them for anything that could cause an injury.
Frequently inspect all your facilities such as public works buildings, pools, transfer stations, even your maintenance shops. Identify and correct all hazards to prevent injuries.
Get out and look to evaluate the playground surfacing to protect children from fall injuries.
Get out and look at your storage areas to ensure that they are free from clutter and tripping hazards, such as this power washer here is in the middle of the floor, so we would want to make sure that that is up and out of the way.
And don't forget to get out and look to make sure required PPE is provided, used, and stored properly.
Eddie, I don't think you need goggles on the playground.
Just preparing to head out to the job site, Christine. It's important to get out and look at job sites to ensure that operating procedures are followed and that proper tools, equipment, and PPE are in place and being used. Make sure supervisors are knowledgeable of and enforcing policies, that safety measures are being implemented to address recognized hazards like confined space entry.
Get out and look and ensure safety measures are being implemented in work zones. Conduct audits to ensure SOPs are being followed and that any deviations are being reported and corrected immediately. Oh, and that your staff is wearing the required PPE.
No. It's also important to get out and look, and by that I mean get out and inspect equipment regularly, such as machinery, boilers, tools, ladders, guarding, and more.
Make sure that your machines are guarded to protect from flying objects and moving parts, such as your bench grinder.
And that boilers, pressure vessels, and mechanical lifts have their required inspections.
Get out and look to verify that ladders are inspected and damaged ladders are removed from service.
Get out and look at your equipment to ensure that lockout tagout procedures are done correctly and only trained authorized employees are performing them.
While you're on your way to get out and look at your buildings, think about applying this adage to your fleet program. Make sure your staff get out and look before backing or maneuvering vehicles around tight spaces.
Hey!
Get out and look and make sure that your drivers are conducting pre-trip inspections and that they're using spotters while backing.
Get out and look to ensure your CDL drivers are licensed and cleared through the clearinghouse and that authorized drivers are following your vehicle use and authorization policy.
And make sure your drivers are properly trained on defensive and distracted driving. Now, to that site inspection. It's easy to miss hazards in buildings that we work in every day, but it's important to get out and look through focused site inspections to identify hazards before incidents occur.
Get out and look at your stairs and your sidewalks to make sure that they're in good repair.
It's important to do regular inspections of your facility, and that means doing a walk around frequently to look at security issues. As we see here, we have shrubs in front of the building. We want to make sure they're not growing too high to block the windows. We want the shrubs away from the wall so nobody can hide back there. Any exterior lighting, such as this pole here and any wall packs mounted on the building, we want to make sure those are adequate for nighttime when people come out of the building.
Make sure that fire extinguishers are charged and mounted and that they are inspected monthly. Speaking of fire, get out and look to make sure the flammables are properly stored away from exit routes.
If you have exterior mounted cameras, make sure they're intact and they're working properly.
Get out and look to see that your exit routes are clear and your exit signs are lit. And the same goes for electrical rooms.
When you get out and look at the security of your facility, if you notice that you have a keypad on a door that takes a code or a number to get in, make sure that that number is changed frequently, especially when an employee terminates, whether on good or bad terms.
Whether it's getting out of an automobile to look before maneuvering, conducting self-inspections, checking equipment, taking a look at playgrounds and sidewalks, or reviewing policies and conducting HR audits, the Get Out and Look campaign is focused on increasing awareness of risk and encouraging employees to take action. Resources including posters and flyers to help your entity implement this campaign are available on the VRSA website. For more information, contact your dedicated VRSA safety consultant.